Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to take a look at a strategy which a lot of people requested that strategy, and we're talking about Blizzard HyDra. What is that? Technically it's a combination of dragons and dragon riders. So it's a HyDra, which is a hybrid, and a dragon, which is the dragon riders and the normal dragons. He is running, and by he, I mean Arene, because we're going to watch his attacks, because he's doing this strategy already for quite a while now in Legends, and he's bringing 7 dragons and 3 dragon riders, and then a couple of rocket loons, because as you might see, he's not bringing any hounds to this to make sure that the blizzard is getting deep inside the base. No, he has a different approach, and we're going to take a look at that in just a second. But before, if you guys are thinking about buying the offer or any of the, say you have not bought the gold pass, if you're thinking about buying that, make sure you use the creator code. If you would like to support me, use code ITZU. Thank you so much for that, and let's get started. Let's jump into the first attack, and there we go. It's actually going to be a ring base, so let's see where exactly he's going to start with his blizzard blim, what he's going for, and what are the objectives. So first off, what is he going for? Let's take a look. I mean, he's still considering, waiting, seeing what are his options. And he is going for the cannon. As you guys can see, he's not bringing any hounds, which is giving him way more power in the dragon part. And he is going in for the second row pathing. So what does this do? First off, a little bit older ring bases have not the double tile gap in between of the trash in the second row and the core. What does this do? Well, it's basically a free blizzard entry, because this means there are no there can't be any giant bombs whatsoever, and at the same time, if there is no bomb tower, you have a really free time with your blizzard. What he did right there is first trying to lure out the clan castle, second of all trying to create pathing. He told me that this is way more important than anything else. Pathing is king. Obviously, if you get the town hall, everything else, yes, that's great. But at the same time, pathing most of the time is way better. On this one, it was okay-ish value. It wasn't the best, but at the same time, typically you can still brute force with those really strong dragons and dragon riders just through the core, and then you have the royal champion for the back end as well. So key right now is that he's trying to take down the clan castle early, using an early warden ability as well to make sure that he's covering everything. There was some sort of a mass archer clan castle in there. A lot of people are running that right now. And now the freeze for the town hall, and those dragon riders on the town hall with that rage are dealing so much damage. The NATO's there as well, but at this point, even though it kind of looks a bit messy in the core right now, it still looks good overall, because there's only the defending king at this point left, which could be actually a threat to the royal champion. Now the royal champion on the back end is looking really good. Queen ability as well to make sure that she's staying alive. Now a perfect freeze onto the Inferno Tower and onto the ground expo to keep damage, to reduce the damage onto the royal champion, onto the troops overall. And royal champion can now finish off the base in style. It was not an overkill, but at the same time, a great approach, not risking it, going for the town hall, because that's always a hit or miss. Yes, if you can make sure that the blizzard is taking down the town hall and some more value, it is going to 99% of the time it's going to be a 3-star. But at the same time, it's quite risky going for those blizzards. Instead, he went for the cheeky one on the outside, going for the pathing everything, and taking the base down. I mean, that's what we all want to go for. So first attack is going to be a 3-star, close one, but the 3 is a 3. That's the 40 cups in the book. And now let's take a look at the next attack, and let's see how he's attacking different bases. And there we go, he's alive again, so let's check it out. And we have yet again another ring base, but this time around we have the double gap, which is way more risky to do this some sort of a blim. Let's see where exactly he's going to go, and this time around he has the right side with the scatter and the expo, yes, but he could go for the left side as well. Let's see where exactly he's going to go in. There's a couple of more seconds left. There we go, we have the loon and the blim coming in from the top side. And the next thing now, with having the possibility of giant bombs behind the buildings, you need to make sure that you're flying with your blimp really close to the second layer to make sure if there are any giant bombs that you're triggering that with those super wizards. And so far, this looks awesome. He's getting great value. He's even getting the air defense. Air defense is not going down. But either way, that's great value. And the next thing, it's all about the pathing, as I said. So yes, it's kind of fortunate that the sweeper is still standing, so he has to kind of rethink everything. But at the same time, I mean, it's still looking really good for him. He is running the rocket loons as well to snipe some buildings off, which is kind of cool. I think especially with the blizzard, it's really helpful because you first could use it for the blimp to make sure that the blimp is getting further inside the base. But at the same time, if there are some key defenses staying up with that blizzard, you can just snipe them off typically with those rocket loons. So really, really good synergy in those troops. Now he's pushing the king inside. The queen should retarget really soon as well. He has the clan castle is now coming out, but to be honest, it's not as bad. Like typically, yes, you try to avoid the clan castle, especially because if it's ground based as the triple ice golem. But he said as well that it's not that bad if you're sending in your heroes because you have the poison, so that's totally alright. But at this point, I'm not sure if that's going to work. I mean, a lot of troops are drifting off, like they're dodging the town hall, but we have the dragon riders inside the core and dealing a lot of damage to that town hall, so it's going down. That's looking good. Now it's all about the back end. I mean, so far still looks good. We have the royal champion not deployed yet. He can use that for the 9 o'clock side, but instead he is deciding to use the royal champion with his heroes. That's another thing which he said is really important. As long as you have not any time issues, do not make the mistake to placing the royal champion for the back end on her own, because when you're sending the royal champion with your own heroes, you have all of them tanking for each other, because king is ground, queen is ground, royal champion is ground. So they're having the damage in this area of the base split up in between of those 3 heroes. If you would send in the royal champion from the other side of the base, kinda, you have the royal champion taking damage, and you have your king and your queen taking damage, which is not the best thing to split up the damage like this. So instead, he's bringing the royal champion with his king and queen if he has the time. Next attack, and this time around, I think this is a pretty similar base, or is it even the base from Bernal, which he used last season? So let's see what he can do against that. I know that the top side is really, really trapped, which means like a lot of black mines and the NATO typically as well. So let's see where he's going this time around. We have the double gap in between of the trash and the inner core, and we have a bomb tower over there as well. So let's see what exactly he's going for. And it seems like he's going for the same blimp as last time, going for that eagle. Yet again, he has to fly really far inside to open up really close to the wall, just to make sure that if there are any giant bombs, they're going to be triggered. Now the eagle's out of the way, taking down the next one. That was not perfect, but he got already quite a big value down, which is the pathing and the eagle itself. And now he has great pathing into the core, but at the same time, I am not sure if that's going to work, to be honest. But let's see. I mean, dragons are in, dragon riders in there as well, loons in there as well. And this is looking really, really good for the pathing of those troops. The king is running around just a little bit. There's the first rage. He has a second one still available. He needs to be careful with that backhand. He's freezing up the town hall now. And there's yet again going to be another archer clan castle. But this town needs to go down. This town really needs to go down. Typically, if you're taking down all of the ground damage, then still looking good for your dragons. And now the NATO trap is rotating a couple of them outside of the town of poison again, but inside that core. Take a look at that core. That is so scary. Multi-inferno towers and the town of poison is just wrecking those troops in the core. There's the royal champion. Yet again, he has 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So instead of using the royal champion maybe from the bottom side, he is using that with that queen together. And as we just said, now the defenses have to decide where they're going for. And a strange invisibility spell. Well, hey, let's see if that can still work. The queen ability needs to be used right now. And that's going to be so close for the back end of that base. Oh, he still had the rocket loons. He's going to snipe off the back end. Those rocket loons were insane. I think without those rocket loons, this would have been never ever a 3-star. But as we already said, those rocket loons, never underestimate them. Never swag them, just like YOLO sent them in there with the dragons. You have normal loons for that, so don't use them for that. Instead, he's saving them for the back end and is clutching this attack. That was an awesome use case of those rocket loons, saving the 3-star and making sure that he's still going perfect right now. So let's take a look at the next attack, if he can keep going with that. And if we can collect some more 3-stars for him, or obviously, and the most important thing, if we can learn something new about the next attack. Okay, he's in again, and here, what is that? That is a really strange looking base. Okay, so what is he going for? I mean, so far he most of the time went for the eagle, but to be honest, this blimp right in between of the multi-inferno tower and the town hall looks so insane. Is he going for that? Is he going for that, or is he maybe going for the eagle still? That's the big question. I mean, he's getting everything from in there. He's getting the sweepers, town hall, X-bows. Yeah, he's going for that. Okay. Using the rocket loons this time around for triggering any traps. I think the defender, though, counted on people using the hound and everything from 9 o'clock. But that's the risky thing with like blimps nowadays. The attacker has so many possibilities of angling those blimps, so it's really hard to find the right angle and defend that. So not an easy task at all. The blimp is reaching its target. Hey guys, take a look at that value. This base is nearly, like, he is taking down everything. Now obviously he has to wait for the hound to fly over or like get some more value in there. And then the dragons just for the back end. I mean, no sweepers whatsoever. There are 2 more ground expos. The bitter huts on the back end, they're nicely covering the eagle, but still, I'm not really sure if that's going to be enough for the defense to handle all of the dragon power. But let's see. So far so good. He's funneling the left side because he wants to enter at the top one. There was still a super wizard alive taking down the lava pups. Okay. This is good. This means he can get started with his king and the queen. Using them at the top side. Dragons are in. Dragon riders are in there as well. Using the combination of 7 dragons and the 3 dragon riders. Now the early rage. Using the warden ability most likely soon as well. Or no, he's just waiting just a bit longer for that. That's nice as well. Now using the warden ability, trying to protect versus the eagle shots. Next rage to get into that core. There are a ton of air skeletons right there. Oh, that's going to be... Oh my lord, there are so many black mines and red bombs. Wow, there's the NATO over there as well. This one is not an easy... Wait a second, those dragons are dying out quickly. Another air skeleton over there. And that is delaying for just so much. It is... I have no clue. I mean, this base looked completely wrecked. But still, somehow, this could be still a defense. Is this actually going to be a defense? That's the big question. Can he somehow make this? Ooh. I mean, is this... There are not too many dragons alive. I mean, yes, they're tanking nicely. Yet again, he's using the Royal Champion with his heroes together. He has 1 freeze left, which he can use anywhere. He's using that onto the ground expo to protect his Royal Champion. Now the enemy defending Royal Champion needs to go down. Royal Champion ability on offense. Oh my lord. The queen is staying alive for now. He has 20 seconds left, around about 25. The Dragon Rider and the Dragon are dealing damage like non-stop. Queen ability still left. So this should be a 3. So it was an incredibly close one considering how good the Blizzard was. But hey, a 3 is a 3. That what counts. So really good job by Reen. GG's overall. So yeah, guys. I hope you learned something new. I hope you find the strategy interesting. And well, if you want to copy it, the down should be down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back in the video tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.